Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of XLR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a light classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Want to get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. XLR. We don't just train, we build careers.
Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if XLR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
was a great course, and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with XLR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly, right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our technical fest Atmos, and I thank XLR for being a part of it.
Good evening, everyone. So, Aishwarya, you can start the session.
Okay.
I hope you joined in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So I hope I'm audible to all. So if yes, you can drop a message over the chat box so that it would be easier for me. So and we can quickly go ahead and start with the class. Okay, fine. So before moving ahead, let me just quickly introduce myself to you all. Okay, so I have an issue with my video. I'm sharing the screen. Okay, is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, Aishwarya, it is visible.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so as I told, I would just quickly introduce myself. I was just looking on the video part. Okay, fine. So myself, Aishwarya, and I'm very excited to be part of the cybersecurity program. So I have more than 4 years of experience in teaching fields where I teach into various different uh, securities like network securities, the information securities, and I am also a senior analyst where I would be working in the pen testing and which is going to be related to the ethical hacking. Okay, that's it from my end. So coming here with the world of cybersecurity. So in today's class, what exactly we would be learning is the fundamentals of cybersecurity. What exactly cybersecurity is? What is the importance of cybersecurity, and what are the future for cybersecurity? Is only we are going to understand it. Okay. So before moving ahead, I just want to ask you all: are we really prepared? Okay. So there is many threats which is happening around us because uh, a current technology. So in today's world is mostly dependent on the technology, right? Before compared to before's earlier days, when we compare, the current world is more dependent on the technologies, on the automations. Everything is so quick. Everything is so amazing, right? So similarly, we also have threats. Threat is nothing but for more detail. I'll explain you upcoming in the upcoming topics. I'll just give you a clarity on the threat. But before that, there's many harm which is also happening, right? So our data gets steal, somebody calls randomly, and then somebody ask you for the ransom, that is, ask you for the money for if the misuses, right? So in simple, if I want to ask you or tell you is that our data is being getting misused each and every day. So are we really prepared to secure our data? This is a question which I want to ask you all. Are we really prepared? Do we know what is happening in today's world? Is cyber attack is happening? Are we aware of it? So this is a question which I want to ask you all. Okay. So keep in mind, because I'll come back to this slide when we have a proper understanding about this cybersecurity. Okay. So they're really very high price of cybercrime which is happening. So before that, we'll have a look into what is cybersecurity. Okay, cybersecurity is basically protecting our computer systems, networks, and data from the unauthorized access. For example, if I want to make it very clear, you all have using a smartphone. Everybody have a smartphone, right? So while using your smartphone, what is your main thing? So when you're accessing your data, okay, might be you're using your WhatsApp, might be you're using an Instagram, okay. So do you prefer to keep your device to be locked by using the fingerprint, by using the password, or you prefer to be keeping it unlocked so that you're trying to give access to everybody? How do you prefer it, locking system or unlocking system? Locking system, okay. So we'll be very active, okay. We'll try to interact. So this is not something like a very hard thing or complicated concept or something. It's a day-to-day life, and how are we going to secure from the technology? That is what we are learning at. So we'll be active. If somewhere you're not able to understand, somewhere I'm just lagging or you're lagging, you can let me know in the chat box. Always the chat box is open to you all, okay. Yes, locking system. So if you're keeping your system, if you're keeping your laptop unlocked, okay, might be it is a privacy. So you might be feeling I don't have I don't have any private chat, so I don't have anything, so I keep it unlocked. But the concept here with the locking system and unlocking system is, why do we lock it? It's not only that you keep your private data secure, okay, from show, like you don't want to show your conversation to your friends or to your family, so we keep it locked. That is also one way. The other way is like when you're traveling, okay, might be you're traveling to one place to another place, you might be carrying your cell phones. If you lose it out, okay, if you miss it out, it should not be easy for and somebody, okay, a bad boy, a good boy, you can take an example. A bad boy is somebody is like stealing your mobile phones, okay. If it get into a wrong hand, what happens? There is a chances of harming your devices, and that would be leading it to risk. That is why a locking system is very important, because at least we're giving you an options, or we are making a data secure, okay. So the same way Cyber security. Cyber is nothing but an attack which is happening. Security is nothing but we are trying to keep the things secure. Cyber, any idea about the cyber? You can tell it involves the physical devices, environment, or virtual environment, or you can tell information technologies. Okay, so information technology, and we have information security, and we have cyber security. Information security is nothing but the physical access. When a physical physically a threat is happening, that is going to be coming under the category of information security. Cyber security is like anything happening on the internet. It's physically, it's like, yeah, it's happening on the system, networks. This one all comes under the cyber security. Okay, we are trying to protect our computer systems, networks, and data from unauthorized access. Who is unauthorized access here? Unauthorized access is nothing but a bad person. You can tell a bad actor is an unauthorized access who doesn't have an access. You are trying to keep your locker. Okay, you have a locker, you're trying to lock it and keep it safe. If somebody comes and break it, so is a thief, right? Same way over here, so that there is no modification that happens, there is no disruption happens, there is no destruction happens. So that is what a cybersecurity would be doing. Why a cybersecurity is important? Let us have a look into why exactly a cybersecurity is very really important. Why should I learn about it? Okay, so if you see the high price of cybercrime, now I'm talking about 2023 and 2024. Okay, here the numbers don't lie. So if you everybody know how to use a Google, you can go ahead and try checking it out. In 2023, the global cost of cybercrime is nothing but the attacks which is happening is reached $6 trillion. Okay, 6 trillion it's reached, and business are being targeted every 39 seconds, and 43% are experiencing with the data breaches annually. And along with that, individual like you and I are being falling a victim to phishing attacks. So we have come across with this phishing attacks. So we would have randomly received an email. If you're searching for jobs, if you're searching for loans or something, you might receive an email regarding it. A spam mails you would have received, a spam uh, what is that, calls you would have received, a spam messages you would have received. For example, there might be a link telling like you have won a lottery of 1 lakh or 10,000 or something. Okay, what do? We don't read it properly. We would be very excited that okay, I have won something. So what we do, we go ahead and try to click on the link, and that link, okay, we don't even see how is the link, what type of data, where is the email coming from. We don't look on that. Okay, when we don't have a proper knowledge, what we do, we just get excited with the money and we directly go ahead and try to click on it, and have that would cause us a harm, or that would be making us, we would be falling into trap, right? So, for example, when you click on the link, it would be asking for, might be your credentials, like credential in the sense it would be asking for the Gmails, IDs, passwords, or it might be asking for the OTP numbers. It might be asking for the account numbers. So when you provide it, what happens? You would be in the risk. Okay. So that is what is a phishing attack is all about. So every 34 seconds, a phishing attack happens with the average loss of 419 per incident. And similarly, no one is immune. Everybody are being targeted. Not only you and I, small business, large business, okay, organization, small organization, everybody is being targeted. Cyber criminal targets everybody from individual to large corporation, regardless to size of or any industries. A small businesses are often seen as easy target due to limited security resources, and also individuals are vulnerable to phishing scams, as I told, malware attacks, and social engineering tactics. Okay, So more on the malware, more on the social engineering tactics. In the upcoming sections, we will be having a practical on that. So we will try to understand what exactly malware attacks is happening, how exactly we would be securing it. Those things we'll try to understand. Now coming here, the very three principles which we need to focus on. There are three main core principle of cybersecurity which we need to focus on. So before that, so how are we going to protect it? What we need to do? Why we need to do those things? Only we are going to see. That is what a cybersecurity would be dealing on. So in cybersecurity, we have different types of threats occurring. Before we understand about the threats, let me just give you an overview about the CIA triad. Okay, if you have already know it, good. If you are not aware of it, let us try to understand. C stands for confidentiality. Okay, C stands for confidentiality. I stands for availability. Sorry, integrity. And A stands for availability. Yes. Okay. So why should I learn about the CIA trial? What is this all about is confidentiality is nothing but, so imagine there are two users. Okay. There are two users, but they are trying to send some data across over the internet. So internet, we all know it. We have been connected using an internet or billions of devices are being interconnected with each other to share the information from one end to another end. Okay, to receive and to transfer the information. So imagine this is A user, this is B user. Okay, and A user and B user wanted to communicate, or they wanted to share some document over the internet connectivity. So I'll try to use this. Okay, they're using internet connectivity and they're trying to share the document. Okay, so when I'm trying to share the document over the internet connectivity, what happens? There might anything happen in the middle. Okay, while sharing it, there are different types of attacks have been occurring on the internet. Okay, cyber crimes are happening. So there might be man in the middle attack will happen. There would be a third person who try to intercept your document, a mediator, or you can tell as an attacker. He would be trying to steal your data or trying to hack your data and get into your attacker. Okay. Okay. So you would be trying to steal your informations on the over the internet. So how do we secure this information so that when a third person, okay, get involved in my document also, he would not be able to crack this. He would not be able to see my information. So one is confidentiality. Confidentiality is keeping your data secure. Keeping your data secure. How do we secure our information? By encrypting. By encrypting is nothing but encrypt, decrypt. So encrypt is nothing but encrypt is, for example, you have some document and that document has a information of hello. So everybody would be able to read this word hello, right? When you try to encrypt, what happens is a value, it's going to be something like this. Question mark, slash. So would you be able to read this data when you try to encrypt? What happens? A plain text would be converted into a ciphertext. Ciphertext is going to be non-readable format. So if an attacker reads this data, which is available on my document, he would not be able to read the information whatever is being available on my document, right? Yes, by keeping up the document, correct. So confidentiality is going to deal with the encryption part. That is why I was talking about the first thing which I asked you was locking and unlocking it. So what I do, I try to lock it by providing the passwords. I provide a password so that only I and the B user would be able to unlock it. Okay. Next, coming to integrity. Integrity is like if somebody modified, okay, I'm sending a document, how would I make sure that this document is not being modified? Okay, make sure the data has not been modified is the integrity part. I repeat again, I'm sending a text to you. So how would I know, okay, how would you know that this text is coming from me only and the text, whatever I'm sending is been not modified? That would be done with the help of hashing. Okay, we tell it as hashing. The more on the hashing we'll try to discuss, but now we'll try to have a basic understanding. Okay, hashing is going to deal with the integrity part. That is, there is no modification has happened. If the modification has happened, and hashing would be telling like what is a modification if, and so on. Availability is nothing but giving an access to the authorized user. For example, you have an ID card. You go to your college, right? So you are being secured. Like you have an ID card that is going to be your identification. So only with your ID card you are being allowed inside your college, right? So that would be again some coming to the confidentially, not technically, but okay. So your ID card is going to give you an identity that you belong to a specific college. And then coming to the integrity is like giving an access. Availability is like giving an access to your classroom. So you belong to second year or first year or third year. So you have an access to the specific class is an availability. If you're not allowed, so you have paid you have cleared your fees, everything, you have an ID card, everything, but you're not allowed to the classroom, then it's something that is very serious, right? That is what is availability is all about, giving an access to the specific user. I hope you all understood about the CIA triad, which is very important in the cybersecurity. Everything is going to be dealing with this CIA triad only. I repeat again, confidentiality, integrity, availability. Confidentiality is going to deal with how are we going to secure an information, how are we going to keep safe our data. Integrity is nothing but how to know if whether the data is modified or not modified. Okay, to look into the documents or look into the file whether it's modified or not modified, we would be dealing with the integrity part. Availability is like giving an access to the authorized user, giving a specific access, whatever the access based on the role, we would be providing those access and keeping not giving an access to the unauthorized users. Okay, coming here again with the types of cyber threats. Okay, again with the what is threat, what is vulnerability, what is risk. Vulnerability is nothing but, for example, you have not provided a password to your mobile phone. Okay, so that means you have given an access to everybody, that anybody get your mobile phone would be able to see your pictures or text or whatever it is. Okay, what happens is that is your vulnerability. Vulnerability is nothing but the weakness of your system, the weakness of your devices is called as vulnerability. Okay, so if I'm not keeping my system up to date, okay, I'm not keeping my OS up to date, if I'm not keeping my mobile phone up to date, what happens is there is a chances of threat occurring. Okay, how a threat occur when I don't update it, I don't have a time to update it, or my system does not support to update it. How would I update and how would a threat might be occurring? Okay, you might be wondering about it. So threat is nothing but based on the vulnerability, okay, based on the weakness, how can I exploit it? How can I harm that person is the threat. So you have not logged your mobile phone. So what happens? You have kept and you have forgotten if you have passed by. What happens? A third person or somebody randomly clicks your mobile phone and he would be able to transfer the money or whatever or he would be asking you for a ransom. Ransom is asking for you money. Okay, only if you pay the money, I would be giving you an access or I would be handing over you your mobile phone. This way, there would be some attacks might be happening, right? The threat is based on the weakness. The weakness is due to my carelessness, I kept my mobile phone, and not only that, I have not even kept the password. So it was my weakness. Based on the weakness, what happened? A third person or some random person took an advantage of it, and he is making use of it. Okay, he is like asking me for a ransom. So who is in the risk? I am in the risk, right? I am in the risk. So coming again with the vulnerability threat. Vulnerability plus threat is going to lead you with the risk. Understood all, everybody? Please update me if you have any doubts till here. Okay, great. So if you all understood, then it's great. Okay. And coming here with there are different types of threats which is being happening. Okay, what are the threats is? Does phishing come under social engineering? Yes. So what is social engineering? Okay. Social engineering is nothing but stealing up your credentials. The credential can be in any ways. Okay. Social engineering can be done in various different ways, various different techniques are being used. Like it would be used for gaining an access of your credentials or your physical locations, or might be information related to your systems. Those are social engineering. This social engineering can be done with various different ways. Phishing attacks can be done. Okay. And we have OF's top 10 vulnerabilities. Okay, in that SQL injection can be done, social engineering, where you try to inject some malicious activity. Those things and all will come. I don't want to make you all confused. Okay, coming to the malware. Let us try to understand about the malware. Okay. What is malware? Malware is nothing but a malicious software. Is a malicious. Malicious means a harmful software, you can tell, okay, which is going to harm your device. That is, what we do is, if somebody is trying to share you a link, okay, and he or she is telling, your friend is telling, oh, I have just won 10 rupees, or I have won something from this website, okay, and he's sharing, it's just free, you just need to log in, and if you log in and there is a scratch card provided, if you just if you just scratch the card, and you would be getting some offers or something like that, if there is a website way, or there is a link is being passed to you, okay. And what happens in the malware is, when you unintentionally, we would not be downloading any data. It's obvious, okay. But without knowing, what you do is you try to click on the link. When you click on the link, there would be a software which would be downloaded. Okay, it would directly download some files. Okay, you would not be aware of what is a file you would be downloading. When it downloads, there is a malicious. Malicious is some thing which is going to harm your system. Harming can be various different way. One is deleting your files can be done, okay, uh, or else making your system slow. That way, harm can be done, or might be injecting some virus, okay, that can be done, or stealing the information also can be done in the malware, okay. So malware basically help. It is this type of attack is used to damage your system from an unauthorized access. Now coming to phishing attacks. So phishing attacks, as I told you previously, phishing attacks is a type of social engineering attack in which criminals is a bad actors. Okay, they would be trying to steal your personal or sensitive informations. They try to call you up and try to call you or give you OTP numbers. Okay, they would try to provide a link. They would request you kindly click on the links and try to give your credentials. We need to make sure we need to have those knowledge, cyber related knowledge, to keep us safe from all these threats. Okay, ransom. What is ransom? Ransom is, we have a good slide. I'll just show you. Yes, ransom encrypts your data. What they would do is they'll take your mobile phone. Okay, they'll put their own password. They when they hand over you the password, hand over the mobile phone, you'll not be able to unlock it. Okay, they have already logged in all the different ways. So if you want to use your system, if you want to unlock it and try to regain your information, okay. So if you want to decrypt, what happens? They would be asking for the ransom. Then multiple uh, cyber attacks which has happened related to the ransom attack. Okay, what happens? One organizations, they would attack some organization, they would lock or yeah, they'll just basically encrypt their data by providing some passwords, or various different methods are being used. So if they want to decrypt it, they want to provide us given access, then they would be asking for the ransom. It's not like 100 rupees, lakh, then much money they would be spending. So this type of attacks randomly, not randomly, it's mostly happens. Okay. Again, phishing, deceptive emails or messages designed to steal the personal information. And coming here with the malware, malware is nothing but a software that is going to infect your device and disrupt its operation. Coming to the last, data breaches. What is data breaches? Where an unauthorized access or a theft or sensitive data, when somebody is trying to steal your information, is called an data breaches. Fine. Now, why is cybersecurity is very important? Why should we learn cybersecurity? Till here, I have given you few points like why it is important, what are we going to do, everything. Now, make a few points and let me know. It's I don't want you to just make a point which you see on the screen, but I want to make a points which we have discussed now. Okay, why should we know about cybersecurity? Why it is important in current era? Take a moment, think about it. Okay, why are we here discussing about the cybersecurity? There are many technology, many fields are available, but this is being important? So in today's digital world, one cannot ignore cybersecurity. Okay, if you look back in 10 years ago, we were not aware of what is cybersecurity. 5 years back ago, not everybody would were aware of cybersecurity. But now everybody know what is attack, what is hacker. Okay, what hacker would do. Everybody knows now. Most 90% I can tell everybody knows, right? Because so many cyber crimes are happening in today's world. Everywhere we see one or the other way cyber criminals being growing up, and then cyber crimes are happening, right? It is our duty to secure our information, live about the organization, live about the companies, live about the colleges information. First, we need to secure our information, right? From the cyber criminals. Only then we would be able to secure the correct. So to protect the data, as machines are increasing, there is a chances of increases in hacking. So cybersecurity is used to secure the information. Correct. As the technology is improving, okay, as a technology now, everything is so smart. Just by you need to if you have an app, everything works so smartly. Sitting in your home, you can just operate something from far distance, right? So we have automobiles, we have technology is so good and so fast. As the technology is getting built and it's fast, same way the cyber crime also is happening so fast. Okay, because we are relying on depending on the internet, and we are depending on the technology. It's so obvious that the threat is also occurring. Okay, but it's not difficult, or it's not something that we cannot keep ourselves safe. Okay, how do we keep it? Okay, how are we going to keep it? How are we going to secure ourselves from the cyber criminals? That is the basic things which we are seeing right. For the digital protection from the cyber threat, yes, instead of worrying after losing the data, it has been secure. Correct, correct. Whatever you have shared me in the chat box, yes, protecting the sensitive information. That sensitive information can be your pictures, videos, audios, the informations that might be anything, the organization informations. Okay, organization, when you're working on in a company, it's very important to keep your data very secure. Okay, that is why if you see in the system, if your sisters, siblings, if your relatives, they're working, they would not be able to see any other website than only the required website they would be able to access. In the company's laptops, if they, everybody in the companies, they used to provide the laptop. It's so obvious, right? In the company's laptop, we would not be able to access all of the websites, right? It would be, there would be something known as VPN, virtual private network. Okay, VPN is being used. If you have looked into it, or if you're using your college website, also not college website, if you're using a college uh, desktop or your laptops, you would come across with this, that you'll not be able to download all the applications or the softwares, because it restrict. There is a way to do it. Okay, so we have a VPNs. When the VPN connectivity is being given, what happens? That VPN has a updated firmware. Okay, it has a updated firmware. That means if there is any malicious activities happening, okay, I'm going to click on any website. If that website is going to be a malicious, this VPN is going to tell me like, okay, this is a website that you should not be looking for. It is going to directly block those websites. So this way connectivity, this way of protection, if you keep antivirus software, you will come across this antivirus software. Why do we use an antivirus software? So that you keep secure from the virus happening around you. So you download it. We would not have much knowledge. Okay, you would not be having 100% on you. We are not perfect. Okay, so what do? We think it is a legal website when we start downloading it. Okay, but when we have this antivirus software, it would give you a notification, or it is just going to randomly, not randomly, it's just directly going to block the website if there is any malicious activities happening. Okay, so this way and all, if you keep your system up to date with some VPN connectivity or with some antivirus software, what happens? You will be keeping your data, keeping your sensitive information secure. Okay, along with that, we also ensure that the business continuity have been maintained and maintain the trust, safeguards the critical infrastructure, protect the individual. So protect sensitive data. Informations can be, as I told you, it is going to be your personal information, okay, financial data, medical records, okay, and then it can be sensitive communications and so on. Now coming to the preservations of privacy. Privacy is going to be something, misusing of cyber criminals can be avoided. Mitigations of cybersecurity risk, mitigating it. How do you mitigate it? Mitigating the risk associated with the technology like cloud, based on the different technology. So if you're using cloud, we would be using cloud security. Okay, cloud security. There are various different experts are being used for the various different technologies. That also we will be trying. We will be understanding. Just move forward with the next slide. Okay, how does it works? So layered approach, prevention and malicious activity, detection, responding, recovery, as I told previously, right? How it has been, how does cybersecurity work? There are various different layered approach. We keeping a information secure, preventing from the malicious activity, like keeping an antivirus software up to date. Detecting is monitoring whether anything is happening or not. If it is any detect any malicious activities happening, how do we respond this? If some data has been lost, how do we recover it? These are the step by step way to do it. But who does this? Okay, who is going to do it? Who is going to handle it? Any idea? Cybersecurity analyst, yes. Cybersecurity only is having a different, we can tell it is different types of technologies and processes are being used. Okay, it's like various different domains. I can tell. Best word is domain fields are being used. Okay? Let's have a look into it. So cybersecurity experts are going to deal with this. Okay, and who are the cybersecurities? Individual, you can also be a cybersecurity. Okay, you can also individual with specialized specialized knowledge and skill to protect computer systems, networks, and data from the cyber threats. And there are various different roles in cybersecurity are being used. And before that, there are various different technologies and processes are being done. We have application security, okay? We have network security, we have cloud security, and then we have mobile security, and yeah, okay, there are various different technologies and securities are being used. Coming here with the security analyst. Okay, security analysts, security engineers, penetration testers, security architect, incident responders, cybersecurity consultant. There are various different roles are being used. Each and every domain, each and every roles have each and specific functionalities. Okay, not everybody would be performing the same task. So we have different. Like there is a cloud. When I'm trying to store the data on the cloud, there is a cloud security related. There might be a security analyst, okay, who is going to deal, security engineers who's going to take care of the cloud related attacks. IoT, if you're using Internet of Things, everybody know the technologies and so on. For Internet of the Things, if you want to know what type of attack is happening, okay, if you want to, if you have a hardware and software and you want to debug what exactly vulnerability is occurring, we can go ahead with the penetration testers. Penetration tester, what they do is they try to find out the vulnerabilities in the system. It can be hardware or software, okay, so they would be debugging it, and then they would be mitigating it. What is the attack and how do we control those attacks? That is the role of the penetration tester. Incident responder. Incident responder is nothing but when some incident occurring, constantly monitoring the devices in the organizations. What happened is each and every roles have each and every task to be performed. Okay, incident responder is going to monitor each and every activity happening on the devices. If any attack is happening, they would be responding it quickly. Okay, cybersecurity consultant are being used. Cybersecurity consultant can be in various different ways. So they were going to consult it. They might be in the risk levels. Okay, they can be used for GRC, and many things are being used. Okay, and moving forward, why not B1? Why should we be B1? Okay, so we have seen different roles, different technologies you have. Okay, if you want to secure uh, on the mobile, okay, you're really interested on the mobiles, creating an applications and so on. Now we need to make sure that it is also secure, right? So you can also work on the develop mobile securities, okay, and cloud, as I told, application security. If you're trying to create one website, or your friend is good at creating a website and you want to make it secure, okay, so you can be application, you can be one of the into a technology like application security. Okay, why should not be one? If I give the questions now, what would be your answer? So now tell me, you really want to be part of one? Take a moment, okay? Think about it. So you have more time, you can think about it. Now also, if you're diverted, you just want to focus on uh, the fields where you want to work, you have a time, you can start your career on cybersecurity. Okay, fine. Now, let us see the demand, the future of cybersecurity. Is it really in demand or not? Let us have a look into it. Okay. So, cybersecurity skills in high demand. So, the current shortage of cybersecurity workers are 3.4 million. How much? 3.4 million. And the increase in ransom over 12 months is 13% of the ransom which is happening. And coming to the increase in the annual cost of cybercrime projected in 5 years is 15 trillion plus. And the 63% of survey business in North America have a shortage of cybersecurity. And 59% of survey business which has a moderate or extreme risk of cybersecurity attacks. Okay, so when an attack is more, obviously the demand is also more for cybersecurity, right? Yes, think about it. And coming here with the survey, so North America Cybersecurity Service Marketplace, if you see in 2017, here this is going to be a managed services, and the dark blue, which you see, it's going to be the professional services. Okay, so it's just rapidly growing, just rapidly growing. So 2024, if you see, the professional services and the managed services, it's not decreasing anymore. It's just going to be rapidly going to be increased. Germany and Japan show the largest growth rates among the developed countries, which has, so if you see here, this is the 2019 employment, okay, just rapidly being increasing. The rate is too high. And Japan and Singapore, US is also being increasing. Here with the cybersecurity market size. Again, coming here with the IT, telecom, government, and healthcare, and others. So IT, how much IT people are using cybersecurities, how much the government are being using, how much the healthcare. So everything is high. Everything is being high only, right? Everybody, all the in various different fields. In the finance, we are using, in the medical device. Medical device, do we do we really need a security for medical devices? Do we really need a cyber security, or a security need to be provided? Mobile phones, we know, right? We use we fetch and receive, transfer many things. So yes, security is needed. How about the medical, for the hospitals? Think about it. Banks we need it. It's so obvious, because website, we have a Google Pay, Phone Pay, right? So it is obvious if the server goes down, if they're not using the protocols properly, if they're creating a website, launching an application. So what happens? If your application is not up to date, it would be easy for somebody to get into your applications, get into the Google Pay, and steal the data. So yes, in banking it is needed. Medical is a question which I want to ask. Yes, yes, to secure the patient details and all. Yes, to the cybersecurity for hospitals, it was to secure the patient data. Correct. Yes, medical, now the medical is being very highly demandable for cybersecurity, because the patient related informations. Okay, it can be any data. The patient information can be anything. It can be a personal information. The patient PII, PHI, per patient health information, PII, patient identifiable information, privacy. Yeah. So basically, what I'm trying to tell is, there is the privacy information, the secret information, or you can tell, say, the sensitive information of the patient, might be the age, email ID, the transactions, okay, the money transaction, the UPI numbers, everything would be there. Okay, not only that, the patient's health information, patient's health information, the PHI I'm talking about. Okay, what happens? It's something like ECG related data, many things are there. Okay, so yes, it is very in demand in the healthcare. Okay, now it's in, so if you see in this graph only, you'll be able to see healthcare is having the highest compared to all other fields. That is why I asked you all whether the medical or the hospital needs the cybersecurity or not. Okay, if you look into this graph, you will be able to see healthcare is in a very high demand compared to others. And then coming here with the salary, okay, with the salary prospects, the cybersecurity professionals, the penetration testers, okay, they would be, if you have a look here with the average salary and the highest salary. So they would be paid for the penetration tester would be a higher salary. Security analyst would be paid higher salary. And similarly, the chief information security analyst, so it's almost compared to others is the highest price. And it also requires too much of experience to work on this. Incident responses, ethical hackers, information securities, security engineers. You see, everything is in high salary because it's very in demand. This is the salary expectation. If you see the basic salary, the bonus, and so on. If you get into the real world, you'll get to have more knowledge about it. So I would not get in detail about the salary expectation and so on. But I would tell you that yes, it is in very demand, and it also need. We also like if you want to just to get into the cybersecurity, it's not that you know something with a basic. Okay, securing the data. Okay, I know to secure the data, I would become a cybersecurity. No, there is various different aspects we need to know how to secure the data. Okay, if you're securing the data, how can I break that secure? Like you have to think in both the way. That is like you need to be like a hacker. Okay, how to break it and how to secure it. Both you need to be knowing. So that is what cybersecurity is all about. Okay. So coming here, the shifting sands, the ever-changing pace of cyber threats. So the key, if you see Google Trends data shows a 45% increase in the global search for cybersecurity in the past years. Yes, 45% increase in global searches. To 2023, Essential report predicts cybercrime, which $10.5 trillion by 2025. A ransom attack again surged with a 41% increase in the victims in 2023. Yes, again with the machines version, the AI. AI is rapidly now we are using the technology like we use chat gpt, many things is related to AI, right? Google 10 shows a 32% increase in search for AI cybersecurity in the past years. Hacker increasingly leverage AI to personalize the phishing attacks and automate the exploit. And AI is powered security solutions are evolving to detect the threats faster. So if AI is being used, we also need a cybersecurity in the AI to find out the threat faster, right? So AI powered security solutions are evolving to detect the threat faster and predict the attacker behavior. So these are the few slides which is going to give you a better idea about how it has been demand and how it has been growing rapidly. Okay, let's keep on going. We'll be seeing many practicals and many things on that. So if you have any doubts, please let me know in the comments. Now, coming to the previous slide. Okay. So are you prepared? Same question. Are we prepared to keep our data secure? We need to get prepared. If we are not, then we should start getting prepared. If we are, then it's great. Okay. Yes. Great. So I hope everybody got an idea about the fundamentals of cybersecurity. Just a very basic of cybersecurity we have understood with the introduction. What is the cybersecurity? The importance of cybersecurity. The main core of cybersecurity. What are we going to focus on? Okay, that is the core. What we discussed the CIA triad, the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Okay, and then we have understood about the threats, not in depth, but the basic understanding of the threats and the demand and the future for cybersecurity. This is what we have discussed. Okay, so if you have any doubts, please do let me know in the chat box. For fresher, both are good. Both are good technologies. I mean, both are into good domains. VAPT is a good domain. SOC is also a good domain. Where like it's all about your interests. Like, are you interested in the VAPT, like hacking things? Okay, you're trying to want to explore into new things. You want to exploit into the devices. Okay, you want to deal with the hardware. Then you can go ahead with the VAPT. The SOC, if you want to work with the tools, if you want to work with the incident detecting, okay, monitoring of the attacks, those things, if you want to work, if you're interested on that, you can go ahead with the SOC. So both are good, but it's all about going to be based on your interest, how you want to do. Okay, then. So I think I'll stop sharing the screen.
Hello, Aishwarya. I hope you are done with your session.
Yeah, I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, students, we are done for the day and we'll meet on tomorrow. Okay, and I have some questions in the chat box related to our AppShare program. Like, is this mandatory to listen live classes or we can see recorded classes? So, Narsimha, you have to watch both. You have to attend these live classes. The live classes is for only for 5 days. Okay, so after that you have to watch that recording classes. Both you have to cover. So daily same timings, yes. This workshop for 5 days. So daily we have 8 to 9. Okay, this program. So there is no attendance for these live classes. You have to just attend these live classes so that we'll get to know. Like when you logged in, so that time we'll get to know. Like this person is attended or no. Okay. So yeah, thank you for joining the session. Yeah, bye bye. Good night. Thank you, Aishwarya.
Thank you.